I'm Matthew LeBlanc. I grew up in Maryland. I was homeschooled grades 1 through 12, and I've been a member of the LDS Church my whole life. At age 19, I decided to move out by myself to Utah to kind of see church headquarters and live amongst a lot of other members of the church. I first heard the word autism at about age 13 or 14. After my mom died, the neighbor lady took over homeschooling me, and she said something about how I probably have autism. It was a big and new word, and I didn't care to look it up, so I just ignored autism for years. In getting ready to serve an LDS mission, I had to meet with a psychologist. He gave me a real IQ test, and it was determined that I fell in the 98th percentile of intelligence. One of my signature strengths is my incredible ability at mental math. I can multiply any two-digit number by any other two-digit number entirely in my head using something called the nearest 10 trick. In the workplace, this comes in handy because oftentimes a coworker will ask me something like, "Hey Matt, what's 120 divided by 5?" And I will have the answer, 24, within seconds. Another use for it is if I have to count a pallet of something. If the pallet is wrapped, all I need to know is how many boxes are on a layer and how many layers are on the pallet, and then I just multiply 3 numbers and I have the count. I also have an incredible ability to handle monotony. Back when I used to work in service and repair, there were a few days when for the entire 8 hours, all I would do is use a tool attached to a drill to spin wire for Hawaii panels. This might drive some people insane, but I handled it well. I also have very good attention to detail. One of the ways that's shown itself in the workplace is sometimes the returns department will accidentally move bad product to the pick line where I work. And if I'm the one picking the product and I notice an unusual rattle inside the box, I will then open the box to verify if the product is good or bad. If the product is bad, I will then search part of the pallet, and normally if I found something bad, I also find 5 other of the same product that's bad. When I was young, I was never one of those kids that knew exactly what he wanted to do. I always just kind of figured I would be working in an office 9 to 5 because that's what everyone else seemed to be doing. Later on in life, after I got back from my LDS mission, I just needed a job somewhere to make money. I applied online to a company called Vivint, but I kind of did a general application and had it so they would call me back if they found a good spot for me. About 3 weeks passed and nothing happened. However, I personally knew the owner of the company and his wife. I told him that my online application was going nowhere fast, and his wife called the VP of HR on my behalf. A few days later, I had an interview in the warehouse with the man who would become my boss.
Okay.
At first, my boss had no idea what kind of worker I was, so he started me off at just 3 hours a day, doing things like cleaning computers, taping boxes, and sweeping under pallets. Even though it wasn't much, I gave it my best and my all each and every day. Eventually, he started to put me on other projects, and by the end of the year, I was working full-time. The advice I would give to a person with high-functioning autism looking for a career is try to go into a career that involves managing things or data and not people. Second, try to find a career path where your signature strengths, whatever they may be, will really shine through and provide value to the company. And third, don't be afraid to work hard or to do things that may seem beneath you, and just give the company your best each and every day.